Season 4, Episode 3 of Mayor of Kingstown, titled People Who Died, is just crazy. Interesting. Mike can't catch a break at all, and we know that. Mike goes to meet with Kyle, and we see that he tells Kyle about what happened to Carney. Did not expect the character of Carney to meet his demise how he did, but then you see Kyle losing it little by little. He's still in pain, but then he takes what Callahan gave him, and he feels a little bit good. You can tell, Kyle is getting a little bit high, but then, Callahan still is that big influence behind the scenes. We just don't know how big of an influence he is just yet. The chaos is literally crumbling under Mike's foot, and it's just crazy to see. Mike keeps getting called here and there and trying to figure out what's going on. We then see Frank Moses and Bunny meeting and talking about business. And this entire episode, we see Frank and Bunny just talking, going back and forth. Frank and Bunny are, partners now. Frank is pushing that really forward, and we see that. And Bunny is being influenced by Frank. And Mike, later on, near the end of the episode, comes in. It's like, you can see he doesn't really like that and doesn't like a taking to that. And it's really, really interesting. Bunny keeps getting phone calls about what's going on in the neighborhood or in the hood. And then, you can tell Frank doesn't like that, but he overhears things. So he's kind of getting on Bunny's good side. And we see that slowly. We then see Ian and his partner go to the prison to get Carney's things, and Torres is getting a little bit too close to things. They open up the locker that Carney had, and we see a burner phone, we see some hash stashed in his boots, and it's like, was that Carney's, or was it planted there? So Ian and his partner meet up with Mike and say, listen, something's not right, something's going on. We have to figure this shit out before it hits the fan. And, then we see some cut up bodies, ladies and gentlemen, like Bunny's men. 3 of Bunny's men just cut up and left out in like a cold thing, and just, kids find it, and it's just chaos once again is ensuing. And like I keep saying, Mike can't catch a break at all. We then see Robert at, downtown City Hall. He runs into Evelyn, and then they have a tit for tat, and it's just like, Robert is not all there. He is not all there. Robbie is not all there. Evelyn knows that as well, but she keeps pushing his buttons. Don't push his buttons. Mike again finds out about it. Ian and him go to Robbie's place, and Mike is like, listen, you need to calm down. Robbie's like, don't tell me listen, Robbie needs to understand what's going on, what's happening, and, they basically tell Robbie to just stop going after Evelyn, stop stalking her, just figure out what you do, you in this situation, because Kyle took something, did something, and now, well, Robbie should be in prison. Kyle shouldn't be. So we know, we understand that. And it's just a whole rattling factor of like, who can you trust? Who can't you trust? And then Mike meets with Bunny's guy on the inside, the young security guard. And it's like, okay, can we trust this security guard? Like, what is going on? What's happening? Bunny put the meeting together. And then Mike goes to the warden once again goes to the warden, and it's a great scene. I feel like the only time we see the warden, Edie Falco's character, is when she's talking to Mike in her office. I want to see aspect of more things with the warden, and the whole aspect of how did she come in and take over this prison when I don't feel like her character should be in just a men's prison. It's like the whole thing aspect of shouldn't be in a women's prison, because the whole aspect of the women thing, I don't know about law or corrections or anything like that, but a lot of comments have said that she should be. So I agree with that. But then does she know what's going on with her right hand Torres, or is she out of the loop of everything? That's the big question. We then see near the end the cartel, the Sicario guy, whatever Mike called him, we then see who cut up Bunny's men, and Frank's men come in and just torch the shit out of the place with a blowtorch, and it's just like, you thought seasons 1 through 3 were gritty? No. Season 4 so far is gritty and in your face, and it's really, really well done. And you can see that because Taylor Sheridan, once again, as I stated, and I keep saying it, is not writing these episodes, which is a very, very good thing. You saw that change happening in Season 3. He wrote all of Season 1, most of season 2. Season 3, he did not write at all, and season 4, he did not at all either. And Hugh Dillon, who plays Ian on this show, also created the show along with Taylor Sheridan. So seeing Hugh Dillon on this and really being the main focus is also really good. But then he's also trying to figure things out. He meets Robbie at the bar, takes him home, but it's like, is he going to get rid of Robbie? What's happening? What's going on? Like, I love what's happening. I love what's going on, and I want to know more. Like, there's so many things to unravel, and how is season 4 going to go? How will it end? Who will meet their demise? Can Frank be trusted? And can Bunny trust Frank? You know, that's the whole vice versa vice thing. And is Mike on the inside looking in between Frank and Bunny's partnership? You know, and what is the big thing with Frank Moses? Why does he want to control everything? And will he control everything? You know, and Mike's thing is keeping the peace. He's trying to keep the peace, but it's starting to unravel, and it's only the 3rd episode of season 4. Chaos is going to ensue, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only going to get crazier from here on out. And we're only on episode 3. Like, and this is a 10 episode season 4. Whew, man, we have a lot. We have a lot to wait for. So let me know in the comment section what you thought about season 4, episode 3 of Mayor of Kingstown. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think about the aspect of the story, the pacing? Do you like how things are going? Do you feel that this season is more gritty and in your face? And what do you think is going to happen in the rest of the season? Do you think Frank will meet his demise? Will Bunny meet his demise? Or will Mike finally, you know, succumb to everything and just lose it and just give up on everything? And do you think Mike actually is smarter than everyone else? That's the big question. And do you think the warden knows what's going on with Torres, and is she in on it, or do you think she doesn't know anything at all? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my season 4 episode 4 review of Mayor of Kingstown.